6 habits that make older men look attractive. Younger women can't resist these. Time isn't your enemy, it's your secret weapon. The older you get, the more desirable you become, if you're right. If you've probably seen older men who seem to have that something special, that magnetism younger women just can't resist. It's not about looks, it's the habits they've mastered over the years. Stick around, because these 6 game-changing habits are the keys to aging with irresistible allure. Welcome to 𝐲𝐬, the place where high-value men come to get inspired, to level up their style, own their love life, and take charge of their relationships. Number 1. Sitting with open posture and stillness, like a man with time. You've seen it before. Those men who walk into a room and suddenly everything seems to slow down. They don't need to say a word. They just are. It's not about age, it's about presence. And that presence starts with something as simple as how you sit. Most men, whether in a meeting, at dinner, or just at a gathering, fall into the trap of slouching. They cross their arms, hunch their shoulders, or shuffle around uncomfortably. It's as if they're always waiting for something to happen, rather than owning the space they're in. What if instead, you sat with your chest open, your shoulders back, and your feet firmly planted on the ground? What if you took up the space around you with ease, without fidgeting or crossing your arms? That's the key. When you sit like a man with time, it's not just about comfort, it's about commanding respect. You appear calm, confident, and in control. Women notice this, but more importantly, so do your peers. It's a quiet power, one that doesn't need to shout for attention. People naturally gravitate toward it. Imagine this: you enter a room, sit down without a care in the world, and everyone subtly turns to take notice. That's the kind of confidence that makes people, especially women, feel at ease around you. It's an effortless magnetism that's rooted in calm and stillness. It's the power of owning your space, and it's incredibly attractive. Number 2, speaking slower and clearer. She leans in to catch every word. Think about this. Have you ever been in a conversation where someone speaks so quickly that you barely catch what they're saying? It's exhausting, isn't it? Now imagine the opposite, someone who speaks slowly, deliberately, and with clarity. You hang on every word, right? That's the power of speaking with intention. Here's the mistake most men make. They rush through their sentences, sometimes filling the silence with unnecessary filler words. Whether it's nerves, excitement, or just a bad habit, speaking too fast makes you seem uncertain or anxious. It also makes your words lose their impact. Now, what if you could slow down just a little? Imagine speaking with purpose, letting your words land before moving on to the next thought. By doing this, not only do you become more compelling, but you also give others a chance to process your words, making them more likely to remember what you say. Speaking slower has a remarkable effect. It shows you're in control, measured, and confident enough to take your time. Women, of course, will be drawn to this, but so will everyone else. Whether you're in a meeting or a social setting, people will lean in, waiting for what comes next. Picture this. You're sharing a story, and instead of rushing to get to the punchline, you pause, allowing the suspense to build. The room falls silent. That's the power of controlled, thoughtful speech. It makes your words resonate and stick. Let's be real. How often do you throw on whatever's closest when you're just running errands? Maybe a pair of old jeans, a worn-out t-shirt, and sneakers that have seen better days. It's easy to slip into the mindset that you only need to dress well for work or a night out. But here's the thing. How you dress in every situation speaks volumes about you. The mistake here is that too many men think casual means careless. The truth is, you can be laid back and still look intentional. Dressing with purpose doesn't mean you have to wear a suit everywhere, but it does mean paying attention to the details. Think about it. Next time you're running to the store or grabbing lunch, choose clothes that fit properly and complement your body. Maybe it's a well-fitted pair of jeans, a crisp polo shirt, or even a jacket you throw over that simple tee. These aren't just clothes, they're part of your personal brand. When you dress intentionally, it shows you respect yourself. It's about presenting yourself as someone who knows how to balance comfort and style, someone who values their time and the impression they make. Now picture this. You're at the coffee shop and you walk in wearing something that looks effortless but put together. People notice, men respect it, and women admire it. This subtle effort goes a long way in making you stand out without ever trying too hard. It's about being the man others wish they could effortlessly emulate. Number 4, smiling with the eyes first, not the mouth. We've all seen it. Someone giving you a smile that doesn't quite reach their eyes. It feels off, doesn't it? That's because a smile that starts with the mouth is often shallow and doesn't convey warmth. The trick to a powerful smile isn't about how wide you stretch your lips. It's about how genuine your expression feels. Most men fall into the trap of thinking a smile is just a formality, a social cue to show politeness. The reality? It's so much more than that. A smile that begins with the eyes, where true warmth and sincerity come from, has a magnetic effect. It's authentic, and it makes people feel seen, heard, and comfortable. What to do instead? Start by relaxing your eyes, letting them soften and naturally crinkle at the corners. Only then let your mouth follow. This kind of smile feels warm, inviting, and genuine. It shows you're truly present in the moment, not just passing through it. Now think about this. Next time you're talking to someone, whether it's a colleague or a stranger, give them a smile that starts with your eyes. No words necessary, just the warmth and sincerity in your gaze. Watch how they respond differently. You'll notice how the entire conversation shifts. This subtle adjustment makes all the difference in building rapport and trust. When you smile with your eyes first, you don't just appear more attractive, you become someone people want to connect with. Number 5, holding silence without discomfort in conversations. We've all been there, right? That awkward silence during a conversation when you're not sure whether to fill the gap with more words or just let it be. Most men panic in these moments. They quickly rush to say something, anything to avoid that uncomfortable quiet. But here's the thing. Silence can be one of the most powerful tools in communication, if you know how to use it. The mistake most men make is seeing silence as something to fear. They feel the need to speak constantly to maintain the flow of conversation. But silence doesn't have to be awkward. In fact, it can be the opposite. When you can sit comfortably in a moment of silence, it shows emotional maturity. It signals that you're at ease with yourself and that you don't need to fill every second with chatter. What does that look like in practice? Picture this. You're in a conversation and there's a pause. Instead of feeling the need to rush in with more words, you sit back, let the silence linger, and let the other person gather their thoughts. In that moment, you show patience, confidence, and that you're comfortable in your own skin. This small act can have a huge impact. Women, and anyone really, will notice that you're not desperate for validation. You're comfortable with who you are. Silence becomes a tool of connection, not discomfort. It's a sign of strength, one that makes people want to engage with you more. Number 6, offering sincere compliments without expectation. Compliments are powerful. They have the ability to make someone's day, boost their confidence, and create a bond. But here's the catch. When a compliment is given with an underlying expectation or a desire to gain something in return, it loses its sincerity. Too often, men offer compliments with the subtle hope of receiving something back, whether it's attention, a favor, or even just a smile. This makes the compliment feel transactional, and trust me, people can sense it. Now, imagine giving a compliment purely because you mean it, nothing expected in return. It's refreshing, right? Whether it's complimenting a colleague's work, admiring someone's outfit, or acknowledging a friend's effort, a compliment given freely creates genuine connection. It shows you're attuned to the people around you and that you genuinely appreciate their qualities, not just their ability to give something back to you. This approach changes everything. You're not just building rapport or trying to impress, you're making someone feel seen and valued. The power of offering a compliment without expectation is that it makes the interaction feel authentic. You become the kind of person who uplifts others just because. Think about the last time someone gave you a compliment and you could tell it was genuine, with no strings attached. It probably made you feel good, right? That's the impact you have when you offer compliments sincerely. Women, your friends, your colleagues, they all take note. This habit builds trust and makes you more approachable, attractive, and most importantly, real. Bonus point. Consistency is king. When these habits become your default, you stop trying to be attractive. You are. Here's the game changer. When these habits become second nature, you stop thinking about them altogether. You no longer have to force yourself to act confident or remind yourself to smile with your eyes or sit with open posture. They just are, and that's where the magic happens. The mistake most men make is that they see these habits as something they need to try to do. They think they need to consciously remind themselves every day, and it starts to feel like a performance. The reality is, when these habits are consistently practiced, they become an effortless part of who you are. When this shift happens, you stop trying to be attractive. You just are. The magnetism you've been trying to cultivate will no longer be a task or a challenge. Instead, it will be the byproduct of living authentically and confidently. You won't have to think about how you sit, speak, or even how you interact with others. It will flow naturally. Now imagine this. You walk into a room and you're yourself. No gimmicks, no effort, just natural, confident presence. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You are already attractive because you've embodied these habits to the point that they've become part of your identity. This kind of consistency doesn't just change how others see you, it changes how you see yourself. When these habits become your default, everything becomes easier. You're not trying to attract people anymore. You simply do. And that's when you become irresistibly magnetic. If you found these habits valuable, check out the links in the description for the tools and items we mentioned today. Drop a quick "I'm ready to level up" in the comments to show us you've made it this far. Thank you for sticking with us. We appreciate you being part of our community. Be sure to check out the video on your screen next. It's packed with even more insights. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who will benefit. We'll see you again tomorrow.